Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is GE101. This is your Wednesday lecture. Nice job, everybody, on Monday. Doing the academic plan, it's kind of arduous. Like, it's exhausting. I know that. But it gives you an idea of what you're in for and, what the academic rigor is like in this program. You've chosen the toughest program on the campus. I always say that. Nursing maybe is close second, but not compared to engineering and the amount of calculus, at least engineering transfer. I just want to reemphasize that there's two programs. There's transfer, which is going to send you to university, and then there's also technology. So my numbers are low in technology, and at the end of last year, I had a lot of companies coming looking for workers, and I didn't have anyone. So if you think at all that the 4-year thing is possibly not going to happen at any time, you can migrate over to the 2-year and we can try and get you done. There is a class this term, ET 120, that will hold you up if you don't have it. So I'm just going to go through the PowerPoint that I had up on Monday that I never did, and we will look at that. These current job opportunities that are on the website, those are 2-year technology jobs from last year that I did not fill because I didn't have students for it. So if you are committed and you know for a fact that you are going for the 4-year degree, then keep going. If you have support, you have resources, you have everything you need to be successful, then absolutely get that 4-year degree. But if at all you're wondering, is the 5 math courses too much? Is the transfer to university too much? Is the cost too much? You always have the option to come back to the 2-year degree, get it, go to work. After you go to work, companies will pay for your education. So you can then continue to pick away and go for a bachelor's degree. So, you have a couple paths, and I just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. The notebook's a great idea. I'm not requiring it. So this is what it looks like. If you want to set it up week by week and get your notes in it and the information, it would be a great resource for you in the future. Let's talk about engineering at Mount Hood. We have engineering technology and we have engineering transfer. If you are engineering transfer, you're looking at 2 years or 3 years, depending on your math start point. So it's 2 years if you're in 251. It's probably 3 years if you're in anything lower than that. 112 is not too bad because then you can do 251 over the summer. You'd have to be committed to doing summer classes. After 2 years here, then you would transfer to a university and do 2 or 3 years at the university. The result's going to be a bachelor's of science in engineering. So you can see the very common engineering curriculum here: CE, ME, EE, CE, CIS, chemical, all very, very common. The engineering technology, this is a few years ago, but it's very similar now. Starts at a much lower math level, Math 95. Let's see. Engineering technology obviously gives you a 2-year degree. You can choose from 3 different flavors: architectural, civil, and mechanical. Civil and mechanical are probably the primary ones that we work with now. Degree trains you to function as part of an engineering team, so it gives you lots of hands-on, ready-to-go-to-work skills. And you work in support of engineers typically. What does a bachelor's degree get me? Well, it gets you a lot. Autonomy at work. You can lead work. You can work alone in a facility. You can be responsible for work. You can't stamp it. You are not a professional engineer with a bachelor's degree, and we will talk about professional engineering. We'll pick a day and just do that. You're going to get higher pay than a 2-year degree. You're going to have the ability to become a professional engineer if you pass the test and do your probationary period. You'll have increased job flexibility. That's very true with a four-year degree. The drawbacks are it's a lot more school. It's going to be a lot higher math, and it's going to be a lot more expensive. Engineering technology, what's that get you? It gets you to work in 2 years. You have the ability to contribute to an engineering team, and after you get responsibilities, you will lead engineering teams. You have a lot of exposure to the engineering field, and you have the opportunity to continue your education and let the company pay for that. You do have less upward mobility with a 2-year degree than a 4-year degree. That should be obvious. And you're going to start at lower pay. I can give you examples, or you can find my office. There's a big tack board. I have what's called the Wall of Fame, and their graduates and where they went to work. And some of them did disclose how much money they're making. So you could look that over. What happens if I get the 2-year degree and I want to continue on to a 4-year degree? You need to pick up the extra calculus and the physics and then transfer. So usually means you need to do more coursework. If you think at all you want to get a 4-year degree, you should do the calculus sequence and the physics sequence and the chemistry sequence, all calculus based. Get that done. Pick away at it. All right. We talked about the website and what's there, so we should be good there. We talked about advising. You decide what you take each quarter, but if you don't know, you're not sure the flow, then you should talk to me or John Dryden and make sure that you have a good academic plan. We did one real fast, right? And I'm going to review them lightly, but if you're worried at all, do an office hour and get an academic plan that we really spend some time on, okay? We're not going to check that schedule every term. That's your responsibility. There's lots of support on campus. I made you walk around and find a few things. There's the Learning Support Center or the Learning Resource Center. There's tutors in the Learning Center, Learning Support Center. You have each other. You should be working in groups on the tougher courses. Sometimes you have family. Sometimes you can come to office hours and get instructors. And then there are agencies that are available at different companies if you are working for a company. Here's the next thing that I want you to do, and I'm going to have you post into the discussion area. Why are you at Mount Hood? Like, why Mount Hood? Why not Portland State? Why not PCC? Most students choose their community college based on location. But I'd like to know if there's a different reason. If there's not, then you can just say location close to my house, inexpensive, whatever. But the second part of this is why engineering? Like, if you're choosing engineering, you're probably pretty sharp, or you've done pretty well in school, or you're ready to do well now, something like that. But why engineering? What triggered that? Was it a family member? Was it a parent? Was it somebody else that was going into engineering, or was it an engineer that you know that said, hey, you'd be really good at it? I'm just curious how you made the choice engineering. You're going to post that in the discussion area. All right, that's all I got for that. I just wanted to make sure I went through all that. I wanted to make sure that I briefly touched back on the Blackboard site. I'm going to screen share that again. And I'll go into student view here. Maybe that'll work. Move me around a little bit. But some of you have already posted, right? You've got your academic plans in. You've got, see, we got 13 and 6. So there's folks posting. So that's great. I have replied to some of those. So if I go to my grades, I am in the system as a student. So I input grades for myself, and it's so I can show you this. So here's my grade so far, 100%, because I have one thing in. So I just want to make it clear. If there's not a 0, it just means that I haven't graded it yet. It doesn't mean that you haven't got a grade or you got a 0. That just means I haven't graded it yet, okay? Sometimes next to the 10, like if that said 8, there would be a little comment button. I really need you to read the comments or you'll just make the same mistakes over and over, okay? So if there's a comment, look at it. It might just say, good job, right? It might say, oh, you were super close, but you forgot this one thing. Please look at it and please look at the comments. That's how I give you feedback on what you're working on. That's how we will improve, and you'll understand what you're missing points on, and you'll get them next time. Okay. All right. So check your grades out, get things submitted. It looks like you have things to submit by the end of day on the 28th. End of day on the 28th. Okay. And I will put up one more discussion area for you to post up why you are here, ? Why are you at Mount Hood? Why are you choosing engineering? All right. Have a great weekend. Good job, everybody. And we will see you on Monday.